Hello everyone. Today is a continuation video of a video that I didn't plan on continuing, but hey, here we are. So let's get this rolling. Welcome to RPG Elite, where we put the RP back into RPG. I love saying that. Giving you tools, tips, and tutorials on how to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. If this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome, and thank all the rest of you guys. Man, you guys have really been doing it up. I got people saying that they're suggesting videos. I got subscribers coming through. It's mass hysteria. Cats and dogs are living together. It's crazy up in here. I like it. Today's video is, like I said, it's a continuation video of a video that I never planned on there being a continuation for. So that's what's weird. But back in October, I made a video about 5 ways to stay motivated or to get motivated for your RPG sessions. And later on, as I was putting together the schedule, I saw that thumbnail. I was looking at the thumbnail and I was working on the computer, and as I'm working on the schedule, I said, I got 5 more ways to, stay motivated as well. Just didn't want the video to be like super long. So I decided to put it in the schedule, and we're at that place right now. And we are going to get into 5 more ways. Oh, and if you didn't see that video, it'll be in a link in the description below. And of course, it's right here. But today will be 5 more things you can do to get motivated. So let's roll and see what's up. Number 1, watch the food that you eat. Now, I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not a doctor and all the rest of this stuff, but this is basic stuff that you probably already know. But before your session, make sure, number 1, that you are eating. Because if you haven't eaten for long stretches, guess what happens? Blood sugar drops. Guess what happens when the blood sugar drops? You get tired. You get lethargic. And guess what? You probably ain't going to feel like playing. And even if you do still feel like playing, you're not going to be bringing it 100. And that's what we want. We want to always bring it 100. So make sure that you are eating. However, when you do eat, make sure you're eating something healthy. A good thing to eat before your session is like a slow energy release carb, like oatmeal or rice. That'll keep your energy level kind of even, and it'll help to keep your energy level kind of even. So eat something like that before, and not tons and tons of it, which I said small. I didn't say eat the boat. I said a small meal that'll help your energy level. And then on top of that, you want to stay hydrated, because when you're not hydrated, then one of the things that could happen is that your concentration and focus could be off, and it might be hard to do so because your body is starving for liquid and it needs it. So make sure you stay hydrated. Drink about 2 cups of water. Make sure you have something next to you. As a matter of fact, check this out. This ditty right here, I always have with me right on my desk at every single session. I drink 2 full things of water, and then I have another one that I treat myself with. It's one of those packets that you put in there. They're Sun-Kissed, and they don't have any calories, the 0-calorie things, and I like the way it tastes. So 1 of those and 2 of those, and I kind of drink those for every session. And one of the things that hydrating will do is give you guys a break, right? Because somebody's going to have to go to the bathroom. Trust me on that. So it's a good, 2 hours into the session, be like, yo, got to go to the bathroom. This is a good place to break, and be like, yeah, let's take 5 right here. And that kind of refreshes people to get going. So try not to break that. GMs, try not to break that at a time of momentum. But, when you got to go, you got to go. So keep it tempered if that's the case. But make sure you stay hydrated. Eat the right kind of food. And whatever you do, don't do sugary stuff. No pop. No candy, no stuff that has a whole bunch of sugar, no sugary breakfast. No, don't do that, because we know what happens. It spikes and then it drops you like a 10-ton hammer. So don't eat sugary stuff. Plus, it's not good for you anyway. So, but before your sessions, make sure that you're eating the right foods so that your concentration level is on point and that your energy level is on point, because being physically motivated will also affect how you are emotionally motivated. Number 2, write a side story for your character. Now, when I say side story, I don't mean, write a novel. I mean to write a 1-2 page side story, something that you come up with for your character, preferably in the same campaign setting as your RP campaign, obviously in the same setting. You want to do that. Write this little side story, something that happened to your character off camera. Let your GM know. Say, hey, I came up with this. What do you think? See if it could, little details can be worked in to the campaign, and then play it out. Of course, that motivates you to want to play the character because you want to play those details. You've put this work into it, and now, okay, I want to see how this plays out in the session. What other players think. I want to see the character grow and evolve, all of that stuff. It motivates you to want to get back into the campaign just to see these details being worked out of the character that you have created. In addition, it also gives you some more fodder to explore with your character. So write a little short side story for your character. That'll help get you motivated for that RPG session. Now, this next one is one that I've done, oh gosh, I don't know how many times I've done it. A lot. I've done it a lot. And that is to build a character in an MMORPG. I have done this many times. I have NPCs who I have created in a MMORPG first and had them come into my campaign. I've even created them first in the MMORPG and then written a novel about them. That is one way to really get into the nuts and bolts, at least in the look of your character. But playing an MMORPG and going into the same type of world that you are in your campaign, get your creative juices going, get your motivation going. There's a little tinge of excitement. So when you go into, you're just carrying that energy over into your session after you play in the MMO. But creating the character in the MMO gives you a place where you can have a portrait of that character, so you know exactly what the character looks like, and you can show people exactly what you have in mind because you have literally created that character's physical attributes using the character creation system in an MMO. So try something for fantasy, try something like Black Desert Online. For science fiction, try something like Eve Online or Star Trek Online. I'm not saying that these are great games, and that's not really what we're using them for. We're using them to motivate us for our RPG session. Even if the game ain't all that great, it still might be a motivator once you're tinkering with the character enough and getting involved with the character. Then all of a sudden, if it breaks in the middle of the character creation session, all that energy that you have in putting your character together in the MMORPG just gets translated into the RPG session. And that's really what you're using it for. You're really using it to play the game, but to motivate you to want to play in your RPG session. This next one takes a little bit of work. But I'm telling you, the dividends, they just pay in full. And that is to create a full detailed character profile. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, when we create a character for a campaign, there's always a little bit of excitement. Everybody's, ready to go. Time to create a new character. Yeah, this is cool. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what this character is going to be like. So there's always just a little bit of excitement to create a character. But even once we're done with that character, it really is a skeleton. It's basically the beginnings of the character. We don't really have a full-fleshed character that we can run with out the gate. We need more information most of the time. And so if you have not filled that out yet, now's the time to do so, right? Now, of course, your age and your weight and your hair color and all the rest of that stuff for your character, yeah, you can get that either in a picture or if you've created them in an MMORPG, there you go. And you can get a representation of that. But I'm talking about those things that you can't get a representation of. Things like this. What kind of hobbies do they have? Pet peeves? What's their favorite song? Got a favorite color? You starting to get the picture here? So these things that begin to build more and more and more on the character, especially things like family. Like, okay, what about their family? Do they get along with their family? Do they have a mom and a dad, or were they raised by grandma, or were they raised by wolves? Like literally. I mean, who knows? But adding these details beforehand, or adding these details that have never been added to your character, then again, it gets you into that mindset. You're focused on the character. And now all of a sudden, you want to see how this plays out in the campaign. You're starting to wonder, how's this going to play out in the campaign? Oh, this detail right here is cool. Oh, favorite color is this or whatever. Now, another thing that's going to help you with this is a website called 16 Personalities. And in these 16 different personalities, there's a whole lot of details that you can kind of hodgepodge together to get your character. Now, these are true personality types in the world. And if you want to go ahead and take the test yourself, you can. But you can create from that your character as well. And maybe one of the 16 types just kind of pops out at you. And so you start reading it and be like, yeah, this is my character right here. And so you take some little details here and here, but it's still some of the other things that I just mentioned aren't in there. You're like hobbies, favorite color, favorite movies, all that stuff's not in there. You have to come up with those things. So come up with those things. And the more that you get into this character, trust me on this, your motivation level increases tremendously, especially the deeper you get into your character, because the deeper of a connection that you have with your character, the more motivation you want every time to explore new adventures with this particular character. So this is how you create motivation. Create a connection with your character, a deeper connection, by creating a full profile for them. Well, we've come to the last one. And if all else fails, if all the other ones, the total 9 that I've given you, which is the 4 in this video and the 5 that I gave you in the last video, if they all just fail, ain't working. Servant, they ain't working. Well, you got one more. And that is make a new character. Now, remember what I told you about? That there's this excitement that you have when we create new characters? Well, maybe in this situation, this is what you need to do to get yourself motivated. Maybe you won't even play that character, right? Maybe this is a character that you're just creating just to get yourself motivated for the session. Or maybe it is time for a new character. Maybe the character that you've been playing, it's like, man, this ain't working out like I thought. Or maybe you just been playing the character for a real long time and you just get burnt out. I mean, Kelsey Grammer played Frasier for over 20 years, for crying out loud. I don't see how he could do that, but he did. But after a while, all good things must come to an end. And maybe this is where you are with your character. Maybe it's time to put the character away, retire the character and get a new character, fresh blood, new ideas. And that always motivates you. So there you have it. 5 new. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I didn't do it right. Oh, still didn't do it right. Where do I want to do this? Right there. Look at my hand. It's all bright. 5 different. Well, there you have it. 5 more things to help keep you motivated for your next RPG session. Now, I got a question for you, and it's this. of these 5, or you can include all 10 of them. So of the 10, go back and watch the other video. Of the 10, which one are you more likely to do? Or which one caught you by surprise? Comments below. Okay, well, now I have to get ready for this weekend's session. I got a session to run, folks. That's what I do. And I also got to make more videos. More video. So you know what time it is.
So exit, stage left.
And until next time, God willing, happy gaming.